Hi, I'm Ajax Post, and this is the second in the video logs for my Slade Dynasty Chronicles legacy story, a Sims 3 story loosely based on the legacy challenge created by Pinstar many years ago. In fact, I have a feeling they started it. I think Pinstar, is he male? I think he's the male. I think it's a couple that work on the legacies and their blogs. I'll assume it's a he, and I do apologise if I've got the gender wrong there. I think he actually created the legacy story at least for Sims 2, and he's now carrying it on into Sims 4. But Sims 4 isn't my game. I'm still much prefer to play with Sims 3, so here we are. Anyway, into the story. The first video blog started off just giving the family some things to do. It's been a while since I played the game, so a lot of it was actually me just coming back to terms with how it worked, setting the family up with some things to do to get them going, and then I'll get more into the story as we go through. So what we'll do is we'll just check what they're all doing. There's 5 in the family. Carl and Malia, the parents, Debra, Dolly and Desiree, their 3 daughters. So let's see where they're at. The 2 younger girls, Desiree and Dolly, are both at school at the moment. Debra has just come back from her first term at university, and she's out here, if I can control the mouse, there we go, creating a mural. She's a street artist. She's doing the fine arts degree, I think, at university, and has a fair skill in creating works of art, particularly on buildings. She's a street artist, and that's going to be one of her lifetime achievement goals. The parents are both back at home. They're both elders already. Ooh, flying fruit, hanging fruit. Do you think he's trying to catch it? No, he's not. He's merely harvesting. That's disappointing, isn't it? Even in this terrible weather. Yeah, the weather is terrible, and what they're doing doesn't really sort of work for this weather, but what the heck. I had to get them doing something. I like to keep the weather in the game. I do limit it a little bit, but most of the weather options are enabled here. So they're actually in the garden at the moment. He's harvesting, trying to sort of pump up his skill for his job, and Malia, who is actually working as a sort of self-employed gardener, has got really high gardening skills. The game is a little bit laggy, so it's sort of catching me as I move around at the moment. It's just redrawing, I suppose. The computer should be okay to handle it, so I'm sure it'll steady up before too long. Sorry, so she's in the greenhouse and has been looking after the plants there. What's she doing? I have a feeling she's going out to help Carl with that. I don't want her to do that. I want him to do all that work, just so he can get the skill points. Now what we noticed earlier is that in the greenhouse here, can I take the walls out? We've got a number of dead plants. And as I mentioned in the first video, planting within a greenhouse can be a little bit awkward. It's not entirely obvious because it's actually an indoor space now with all the walls up and the ceiling and the roof and everything. So we can't actually plant stuff directly into the ground. And we'll see that, in fact, if I try that here with Malia. So if I take that and try and plant something, it can't because it must be outside. The trick here, of course, as I said then, so that's what we'll do now, so Malia doesn't wander off and interrupt what Carl's doing. We'll take down one of the panels in the building, so the game actually thinks it's outside. I ought to remove that tree, I suppose, but I'll leave that there for the time being. So let's get this up, and just get quickly into build mode. We'll take out, there we go, one of these panels. Doesn't matter which one at all. Back into live mode. Yeah, live mode. I remember there was some fuss a little while ago. I think it was following one of the live broadcasts and the streams from the Sim Gurus for when they were releasing one of the expansion packs, I think it was, and they referred to it as live mode, which is the first time I'd heard that, and I think it came as a bit of a shock to quite a few other players as well. So there was, for at least a good couple of weeks, there was this furious debate over whether it's live mode or live mode or whatever. Both spelled exactly the same, of course. It's simply a matter of pronunciation. Live mode, it doesn't sound right to me. I don't know. I like live mode. I've always called it that, and I'm too old to change now. I'm not changing that. So it's live mode. If you call it live mode, that's fine. I'm not going to argue with you, but that's what I call it. Anyway, so what we're going to do is we're going to remove some of these dead plants, and Malia will replace them. So we'll cancel that activity. So what have we got? We've got the pumpkin. We've got a Maui bean, presumably that's how you pronounce it, and wolfsbane. Okay, so she will remove all the dead plants, and as she removes each one, I'll replace it with a new seed from her inventory. Right, before we do that, actually check on the other. Check that the others are all okay. I mean, Debra should be fine. She's doing her painting. Wall mural. How are the other girls? Yeah, their socials are a bit low, so can we bring up nearly the end of their school day? So I'm sure they've done enough work to please the teachers. So let's talk to friends. Oh, okay, doesn't have any friends. Oops. Right. Meet new friends. You can do that. Dolly, tell me you've got friends. Okay, right. I've obviously been focusing on the parents and Debra as the main characters in the story so far, and not given these poor younger girls any any socialisation. Right. Okay. So you can meet new friends as well, and hopefully, yeah, it would be nice for them to actually have characters to play with and to have friendships and relationships with. I mean, the story will obviously, being a legacy, it will focus probably on Debra, or it should focus on Debra, who's the eldest and the obvious heir for the legacy. But just in case her life comes a cropper, we'll need these other two to be in a position to fall back on and have at least a chance of a relationship and to carry the legacy on. Anyway, sorry, back to Malia. Let's get Malia working. Right, so she's getting rid of those. Okay, let's get the game going. So Malia, that's it. Come on in, my dear. And that's the pumpkin she's getting rid of. Why have you stopped? Ooh. We had that in the previous session. The I'm not sure. I've got a bistro and a consignment store. Actually, a couple of registers out. There's one in the cinema, as we saw last time. So it could be them. Yeah. It could either be that the NPCs are all just failing to turn up for work, so they're having to get new people on. Or it could just be... actually, no, this does say the regular clerk could not make it to work today. So Shannon Franco will be working this shift. It looks like there's a good degree of slacking going on among the NPCs. Anyway, right, sorry. Stop distracting yourself. That was a pumpkin. What does a pumpkin seed look like? Oh, this is it. It's trying to recognise things in... pumpkin. Now these are outstanding, which means when this matures, we should have perfect fruit. Pumpkin's not a fruit, is it? Whatever it is. Vegetable, probably. I don't know. We had a conversation about this at work a while ago. What was and what wasn't a vegetable or a fruit, and we tried to work out what the definition was. I'm sure one of us looked it up on their phone. And there was a sort of something to do with seeds, I think, or was it whether it's a hard... I can't remember. Memory like a sieve. but there were always exceptions, I think. Obvious ones are tomato, and why do I start these thoughts, these threads, and then have no idea how to figure? I don't know. I don't know what I'm talking about half the time, most of the time. Right. Remember, as I said last time, I don't often do these formal dances. But I'm going to see if I can do it this time. Largely, it's a matter of me remembering to get them dressed ready in a fit state to actually go to the dance and enjoy it. Okay, that's just a reminder, I hope. Yeah, it's only Wednesday still. I've got plenty of time in which to forget it. Right, which ones is she going to take down next? The Maui? I hope that's how you pronounce it. Yes, right. So, what does a... what the hell does one of those look like? No, that's it. Yeah, these are already perfect. In fact, she had that was her lifetime wish, wasn't it? A perfect garden. She had lots of perfect fruits, and the wolfsbane is the last one. And yes, that's the wolfsbane there. That is also perfect. We'll plant one of those. Actually, there's a lot of stuff in here. Is there an actual sequence to what they do when they're tending a garden? I mean, presumably, she hasn't weeded that. What has she been doing all morning? I sent her out to do this tending the garden some time ago. And there are plants in here which have still got weeds on. Lots of plants with produce to harvest. Oh, this is slacking off, Malia Slade. Just because you want awards for your garden. Okay, well, we'll let her plant those. What's Carl doing? Is he finished? Oh, he's finished his harvesting there. So, where is he? Okay. They all love this snake. Dolly collected it earlier, and I've kept it here as a minor animal pet. And they all love it. Oh, I hope it's not poisonous. Actually, can you tell? Terrarium or terrarium. I couldn't remember last time what this container, this home, was called, but it's a terrarium. Probably that's what it's called. So I don't want to read now. I want to set it free. I think there is a choice, possibly when it's actually at rest rather than being toyed with, as Carl is doing here, where you can look up information about it. Don't want to stock. Well, if I... what's his gardening like? I sent him out to help improve his gardening skill. Gardening. Oh, he's still a long way off 7. Well, let's get him watching some gardening TV to start with. Watch TV. Thank you. And we'll make sure that's... You can't watch TV with the radio in the background. Actually, he's sopping wet from being out doing all that harvesting. So, can they die of pneumonia? Can they catch a cold from being sopping wet? I have a feeling they can. Might be entirely wrong. No, you're not streaking, but we will change your outfit to something dry. Every day too. Actually, what's his condition like? Oh, he's in perfectly fine order. So do that, watch some TV. We'll make sure it's the garden channel once we come back to you. Okay, what's Malia up to? What is she doing? Oh, she's crouching. That's fine. Okay. And she will tend the garden. And Carl. That's not gardening. Got a garden. He has. Okay. that'll hopefully improve his skills. So, oh, she's nearly finished. What's it? Oh, dollies. Oh, they're all coming home soon. Right. Oh, cat's got lost. Cats don't get lost. Now, are you harvesting, my dear? Oh, actually, now she... Right. Let's pause this for a second. Now that she's actually planted all the stuff that needed planting, I can put that panel back. So we don't really want an open greenhouse. It won't have quite the same effect. Besides which, she's got a grungy... Yeah, oh, she is a bit... Yeah, she's going to be a bit whiffy. Anyway, sorry. Stop talking about going off on sidetracks. Let's put this back. Oh, ow, that's nice and straight. And put the window back in. That's it. Okay. Oh, get yourself back to live mode. Right. There you are, my dear. What's the matter? Can you not? Can she not get to the lettuce? Oh, okay. Dolly is back. Right. Now she had this opportunity, which I accepted quite some time ago when I was playing this before I took my break from the game. She's got to do that work. She should be doing her homework, perhaps. It actually does. Does that corporate business? What are the hours of that? Can I tell? Where is it? There it is. I think, look it up on the wiki or some such. And it would tell me. So it's open Saturday. It would make more sense for her to go on Saturday rather than sort of work for the rest of the day. But then again, if it closes, I think about being a business, it should close at the end of properly the business day. So she's not going to be there for too long. Will that be enough? Yeah. Go girl. Okay, she can do that, and that will improve her school performance and earn cash. Good. So, how will that fit in with her traits? Well, if you're a genius and a vehicle enthusiast, it's probably nice to have extra cash, isn't it? If you're going to be working on cars and whatever. Well, that's going to be my rationale. Ooh, Debra. Have you finished? Okay. Well, I didn't get a message saying it was a masterpiece or whatever. And she's still on the 2 masterpieces out of 7. So it obviously wasn't. Okay. Alright, now let's get her home then. And change her clothes. Not the best weather to be out painting on walls. There you go, my dear. Right. Desiree is still at school. Carl's watching the TV. And Malia's doing her gardening still. Still quite a few things here too. Oh, there's another dead oh. I'll come back to that one later. You can plant things very close together. I'm not quite sure what the problem is here with the lettuce, because she got to that one, didn't she, I think? I assume... Now where's she off? Oh, yes. Uh, just for the sake of having something different, I actually put some mushrooms here in this pot plant. Or plant pot. Yee! Okay, so Desiree is now home. What's the bad smell? Ooh, there's a... We don't want that. It could be that. or it's probably a mum. Mum's a bit whiffy. And Desiree wasn't terribly impressed. Okay. She could ask Dad to help with homework, but we're not going to. Generally she's okay, so... And she does have school again tomorrow. So do your homework, my dear. So is Malia going to look after that little, potted plant? Splendid. Okay, Debra's back. Let's get her changed out of those wet clothes as well. Oh, it's a bit slow. Get you into your jean outfit. Okay, splendid. Right. Now what we'll do, as I said, I want to make sure that her relationship with Johnny keeps on going. I mean, she did have some interesting relationships at university, but I'm not sure if they're going to go anywhere. In fact, are they still on her friends list? Does she still remember friends from uni? Yeah, there we are. Sid and Eddie particularly. I had hoped she'd kind of establish some kind of friendship with Jeffrey here, the rocker dude. Yeah, I am resorting to stereotypes, I'm afraid. She did start with Sid, but then he kind of went out of the picture a bit and got into some sort of relationship, well, at least as far as the story goes, with Walter, which was the last chapter that I actually wrote on the blog. There's a link in the description here, back to the blog, if you want to have a check out of all the backstory. But she actually ended up spending more time with Eddie. He's this sort of emo punky kind of... he's a strange character, so we don't actually know a great deal about him. He was in her art class, but that's all we know. But he could be fun. But Johnny, her young boyfriend from here, her first love, if you will, is kind of cute. I think they make a nice couple. So I think that's where I'll go with her. So unless something remarkably dramatic happens, that's the plan. Sounds a bit like an arranged marriage, doesn't it? They will go together. They will become parents. They will carry on the legacy, the dynasty. But sometimes, one of the things I love about The Sims is it will throw something unexpected at you. Oh, so I haven't given her anything to do. Talking about giving her something to do, and completely got sidetracked. Okay, yeah, let's get rid of her bladder issue. Then what we might try and do is send her on a date, perhaps to a restaurant, because she's getting a bit hungry there, with Johnny. Yeah, yeah, a nice evening meal, so a late afternoon evening meal. Which will be the first time she's seen him, at least in this game, since she came back from university. So that'll be nice. Right. Right, so Malia is going back to harvest these plants. Now, my dear, are you actually going to harvest them? Yes, she's got it. Oh, and she is... Oh, now it's... Oh, maybe it died after she harvested it, which is why I didn't see it to start with. Yeah, dead plants are yeah, that is sad. No, you're not. I'm sorry, I don't want you to do that. Because that... no, it's just growing out. Well, actually, then it looks like she's done everything. Yeah, go have a shower. You most definitely need it. Why is that? Is it because it's a grat? I thought I got the unfinished room moodlet from when I took the wall down, but I put that back up. I don't think it was there before. I'm not going to worry about it. It's a greenhouse. It is what it is. Right. So what's Debra doing? Okay. What I'll do here, one of them most romantic meals that Debra and Johnny had before she went away to university was at a bistro venue that one of my friends on the Daily Deal for the Thread community created for us. It's a fabulous little sort of Italianate kind of restaurant. I'll see if she can call him up to go on a date. So she wants I want a phone. I want her phone. Call Sim. Ask out on a date. I think that's what we want. Actually, before you do that, let's get her out of the bathroom. Otherwise, she might be stuck in there when Malia gets back. Now in a position to give Johnny a call. Oh, a little urban work of art. She's feeling good for another couple of hours. That's nice. I must admit, I didn't particularly understand that piece that she created up at the back of the cinema, but I'm sure it's very impressive. I'm no art expert, has to be said. Okay, doesn't know. You so do. Where's Johnny? Look, he's there. Invite out. That's odd. Okay, so what... right, now where did I put that restaurant? Not the bakery. It's not that. Margarita's Italian Grill. Right. That's where they will go. Hey, they're off. Right, which is actually quite a nice point. I've also been playing for a while, so everyone's doing something. Desiree's doing her homework. Dolly is working at corporate Dupu's Power. Dupu's corporate, whatever it's called. Carl's watching telly. Marley's having a shower. So what we'll do is we will pick this up in the next video. And see how well the date goes. That's going to be interesting. Right. Although she's a very suave seller, she's not. Oh, it's 5 o'clock already. Where does the time go? Right. She's a very savvy seller. Was it suave seller? Whatever that opportunity. Look, stop waffling, Adrian. Right. She's sold some stuff. She's obviously too late to get in with today's harvest. To the consignment store, so she'll do that tomorrow, hopefully, and she'll carry on from there. But in the meantime, I think this is a nice place to stop. Everyone's got stuff to do, and we've got something exciting to look forward to in the next video, which is which is Debra's first date with Johnny since she came back from university. So it'll be interesting to see how that goes. Okay, anyway, so till then, from Ajax Posts and the Slade Dynasty Chronicles, bye for now.